The 2K25 Attitude Era pack is about to come out. This is the most anticipated pack of just me for this year, because really, I mean, some of them have just been okay. This one is chock full of Matt's favorites, so I cannot wait. Am I gonna get a Mae Young hand in there? I have no idea, but let's add it as a weapon. But 2K has been starting to release and reveal a bunch of the entrances that we will be getting, and I can't wait to get my hands on this. And the first one that we want to look at here is going to be the New Age Outlaws. I'm so excited that I got Billy Gunn back in a WWE game, even though he's still with AEW. I love how that works out. It's been a while, hasn't it? Now, you guys know better than I do. When did New Age Outlaws last appear in a 2K game? Is it 2K19? 18? I can't remember. I'm too old and dummy for this. So this entrance, though, it hits all the marks for me. I love it. I love how they look. I love the entrance theme. It's back. I love that Road Dogg is doing the voiceover. I wish, though, that with the voiceover, if they would just try to change the audio a little bit here so that it sounds more live, that it sounds more like it's within the crowd noise. I wish they would have just captured a voiceover of Road Dogg from a real episode of Raw or SmackDown or something when he was doing the entrance, because then it sounds real. It sounds very much just a voiceover. It is what it is, but I'm so excited I got these two together. And again, the whole entrance motion, it's spot on. Here's the big question mark from Matt, though. How is this going to go with D-Generation X? Will we get the full faction motion? Will that be added in there? Matt got very tickled this year because 2K turned around and said, oh, this dummy's been complaining for years upon years about D-Generation X not fully being in the game. Here you go. The Trons are in there, the music, the Triple H, the Shawn Michaels, the Suck It, it's all in there. Now they've got the New Age Outlaws. Am I gonna get the full faction? Can I get all five? X-Pac, the New Age Outlaws, Shawn, Triple H. If I sub Shawn out and I put Chyna in there, do we have it all working? We don't know, probably not. But I can only hope that we will get the full motion, and that will make me so happy to set up universe mode and have a proper Attitude Era DX going on in my life, and I cannot wait. I also wonder about what their singles entrances will look and sound like. Also, fun thing, I just thought of this. Could we be seeing K-Quick Road Dogg entrance together? Make that happen as well. I love a good K-Quick. Those were the days, but I would love it if they did those mashups too. And Billy Gunn, super happy that he is just back in this game, and it makes it so much more fun. But before we continue, because we got a little bit more that's coming out is related to the island, but before that, we gotta thank today's sponsor. Football season is here, and there's no better time than now to be able to place some bets and have a little bit of fun every single Sunday and every other day of the week. That's why I want you to check out today's sponsor, MyBookie. You wanna place some bets on just some of the biggest sports, biggest games that are out there, from the NFL to MLB. The playoffs are coming, so I'm very excited about that. College football and more. They got everything in there. It's super easy to place your bets, to be able to interact with the app. And not only that, but you can utilize their casino. You can go through and place bets, use the slots, blackjack, roulette, they got it all. They make it super easy to get in the action when it comes to the NFL, to college ball, survivor pools, and more. If you're new to MyBookie, you can use our promo code, and any bet you choose up to $500 is fully covered. When you opt in using the bet back bonus, you'll be able to place your bet. If it hits, great. If it doesn't, you get it back with the token from the bet back bonus. Please utilize MyBookie responsibly. Place your bets today. Have some fun. Use my link in the description and the pinned comment below to take advantage of it today. Thank you so much to MyBookie for supporting the channel. Now back to the video. So the next one is exciting, and you know what? It has me intrigued because this is where I might actually dabble in a little bit more, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm talking about Bill Goldberg. Bill Goldberg has been confirmed, and we got his entrance right here. Now, very much like other Bill Goldberg entrances, we've got Goldberg starting from the back with security and walking out. And as he comes out for this entrance, here's what I noticed. It's, yes, the same motion that we have had from Bill forever. That's totally fine. But I love how this looks. Now, we'll see soon enough when it fully releases, when it comes to the island, how the resolution is, the lighting affects everything. But for what they gave us here today, Goldberg looks awesome. His entrance, his motion capture, and the visuals, they've always, in my opinion, they've always looked good for Goldberg. Goldberg, Finn Balor, certain superstars just always look good with the motion capture. This one's no different. To me, this looks great. I think Bill looks very accurate. I love all of the little shadows, lighting effects that they've got going on. If you're somebody on PC right now, you're saying this guy's a moron because he could just get the mod and it looks 20 times better. I understand that, but the dummy here is playing on his little consoles. I'm getting the spear, I'm getting the jackhammer. I wish they would just add in something where it's like a Saturday Night's Main Event retirement speech for Goldberg that I could pull off. But the rumors are true, and this is going to be very exciting. But what do you think? Do you like having Goldberg back in the game? Now, this is going to be part of the island. 2K has not yet, this time I'm recording this and putting this out here for you, has yet to confirm what the details of this island expansion pack will be. I have a couple of thoughts on this. Okay, number one. The first main thing is, yes, of course I would love it if Goldberg was just $2, $5, and I bought him from WWE 2K shop and I got him in the game. I would love it to just be that way. That's Matt's ultimate dream here, amongst other things. But with Goldberg and this expansion pack, I think that this, for the island, this is a good case scenario of how to put out content for it. Again, I want to wait until obviously Goldberg releases, this expansion pack comes out. They give us the pricing, they give us the idea of what it takes to unlock Goldberg in the island and to then have him download in the game. Because my faction cards and World Tour, that makes it a lot of hoops to jump through to be able to get certain characters. We'll talk about those in a minute too, by the way. If you guys end up enjoying this video, then click subscribe and like the video because that helps us out too. But with the island, adding in full character models like Goldberg, it makes me interested to try it. That's probably the best positive news you can give a mode like this that seemingly nobody is playing. There's probably the odd few in the comments right now that are like, bro, I play the island every day. I'm like, I don't know why he sounds like Triple H, but he does. But for a lot of people, they don't touch it. I played it a bit when it came out. I tried, ladies and gentlemen, I tried. People are like, we got an island, you need to get in there. And I'm like, I'll try to get in there and I'll try and play it and just smash it. And I couldn't, man. It was just so rinse repetitive in a small little area to run around. Wasn't my jam. But to put out content that has me interested, because having attire parts, cosmetics, getting some shoes, I have zero need to hunt and put in many hours to do that. But to get somebody of value like Goldberg, and I can't just get him as DLC, paid DLC. I got to do it this way. If it's not a grind, expect it to be a grind, but if it's not so much a grind and it's completing missions and there's a progression and it's tied into like a story part for the island, that's good. Now, do we have to pay for this expansion? Because it's announced as an expansion pack, I'm going with yes. They got to make the money somehow. They're not going to just put Goldberg in there for free and we just play through season whatever of the island and we complete missions and we get Goldberg. They're going to want to add this as like a DLC expansion pack exclusively for the island. It's just like another way of doing it to be able to get. I just hope it's not like $15, $20. But the other piece that could go with this, highly rumored that Nikki Bella is going to be added in the game. All the fun people online have been able to dig through everything. Nikki Bella's info is in the game. Kind of like Goldberg, I expect Nikki Bella, maybe she's part of this as a whatever Legends expansion pack for the island. Sure, love it if they were just in the game or buy them outright as DLC. But if we're adding full out roster members to the island, I do think it's a good incentive for people to try it, to try and play it. And if I can get through this in a matter of hours and I get Goldberg and I get Nikki Bella maybe, and it doesn't cost me an arm and a leg, I'm okay with it because it's not just more cosmetics. Like I just can't get into it when it's buy a bandana, buy this and all the branded stuff. It means nothing to me when I can go to community creations and people do a fantastic job over there. It doesn't feel like it's necessary. Now the downside is that because the island is not on last gen or PC, then all those players are not going to have the ability to get Goldberg in any form or fashion unless you're modding on PC, and that's a whole other game. Congratulations to you. Otherwise, it's all on current gen, Series X and PS5. I think that's a bummer. I see what they're doing. Obviously, if it's anything tied to the island, it's next gen or current gen. It's not the best practice either for the players because so many people are still on the previous generation consoles and you don't want to feel like you're neglecting, alienating them. But yeah, I could see Nikki Bella being kind of the next one announced, and we still have some more entrances for the Attitude Era to come out. But speaking of entrances, the other one that we did get recently was going to be AJ Styles, TNA version of AJ Styles. Now, what's the status? Does have a version of AJ Styles up there in Community Creation, so go download that because he's done a wonderful job of being able to put that whole thing together. But if you are wanting to get AJ Styles proper, you're going to play my faction, and looking through it and looking through the cards and the events that are tied to it, did they make it easy? Nah. AJ Styles TNA phenomenal get ready to fly version is something that I would love to have in the game. I am tempted to try to play my faction to grind it out and get him, but there are I think, 4 different live events that you have to go through in order to get it. But the biggest hook is that to even get started with trying to get to AJ Styles and get that card, the first step is needing to get the card packs purchased. So you have to get the new Era's packs. And in those packs, you need Trish Stratus for one of the live events. And you also need the toy version Jey Uso, both of them being the action figure versions. If you pull those cards, because they're not currently in any other live event, you have to pull them from the new Era's cards. So it's a pure game of luck here. If you are going to play that and you do pull them, you could then start the process of doing all of these live events to then eventually get to AJ Styles. It feels like this is going to cause like 1-2% of people to have the luck to be able to get those specific cards, characters, and go through the whole sequence of unlocking them. If they are relatively easy to unlock, and I don't suspect that they are, so fair warning, but if they are somewhat easy to get, there are other significant rewards, I think, along the way, like a Randy Orton persona, a Roman Reigns persona. I like getting the personas. I just really wish that my faction was not so walled up in terms of being able to pull it off, to get those cards, to pull off those matches, and the amount of luck you need to get the Trish Stratus action figure version or Jey Uso, it's very slim. I really wish they would retool this and maybe have put it in with World Tour, which they don't seem to give enough love to. But if you go through this whole thing, you will get AJ Styles. This is the long road, buddy. And they also have Trish Stratus that has also become available for you to play through and try to get as a Persona card. I love to get that. This just tells me that once we get to 2K26, so many of these models, they end up just getting thrown into the next year's game. They can see what's working, what's not, people were grinding for and not, and then push them out that way. So AJ next year, it could be a DLC pack for all we know, and we do get the TNA version of AJ added in a TNA pack. I could really see them doing that because like, well, we already had the model. Let's just slap him in with a DLC. I hope not. I hope he would just be in-game proper, but they tend to do that where we're gonna see next year that people that were in this year's game, they might get removed and added in as personas for some reason. But the other piece of news coming down the road is going to be the release of the Farewell Tour pack. This is where the big kind of headlining piece of this is the special edition. It's going to be a John Cena edition by all accounts, by Witty the G and everybody online posting about it. Seems like that's going to be the edition, and it's going to give us Brock Lesnar. Very surprising that they would do Brock this year in the game and not hold him off for next year. Am I going to buy it? Well, kind of want to fill out my roster before the end of the year, but if I can buy it just as a DLC pack, I'm tempted. But Brock would be the only one that I'm really looking for. I got Ron Cena in there, sure, but I can just put R-Truth in a t-shirt and it's not going to be any different. And then the other John Cena versions, I'm like, it's just more John Cena, guys. So it depends what they price it at. I know it's going to be part of the other edition of the game, the Farewell Tour edition of the game they'll put out there. But if they're going to sell that DLC separately or individually, you can get it, then I hope it's only like, I would say $10, but that's wishful thinking. It's probably like $25 on its own. And $25 for basically Brock Lesnar? I don't know. Especially next year, he's probably going to be in the game. Same with Ron Cena, same with other versions of John Cena. I'm excited though for D-Generation X, for New Age Outlaws, having them in the game. I'm a big fan of the Attitude Era pack and what they're putting together there. Very curious if they add in additional weapons. I would love it. It's really just, it's long shot here. It's not advertised. I would love it if they went and they pushed out Attitude Era arenas and they gave us stuff from back then for SmackDown and Raw, and they just beefed it up, or even pay-per-views and pay-per-view arenas that are the legitimate ones, and they added those to the game. That would have gone a long way, I think, to make the Attitude Era pack even more special, but that's just for somebody like me. Like, I hope that even next year they do something like a Ruthless Aggression pack and they double down on something like that. That'd be really cool. But Mark Henry's entrance is out there. We're still waiting on Victoria, and we're gonna see what this release is like on Wednesday, the moves that they added in, all the additional pieces that have been found and been patched in as well. But we'll have more coverage for you guys here on the channel. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe to the channel. Have a great day. See ya.